State versus Nicole, Glen, 18-506, charged with commercial burglary, breaking or entering, theft. Good morning.
Good morning.
Do you have a lawyer?
No, sir.
Are you going to hire a lawyer or make application to the public defender's office?
I would like to make application to the public defender's office, but I was also wondering if there was any way that I could just plead guilty to this, because I do, I realize what I did was wrong,
Okay,
and
stop just a minute. I think you probably need to talk to a lawyer first. This case, your case is before Judge Webb,
Yes, sir.
another judge. Will be here, I guess, is it in January?
17th.
January 17th of next year at,
Okay.
time's he start?
9:30.
9:30. So make your application, and if you qualify for the public defender, we'll appoint a lawyer to represent you.
yes, sir.
If something can be worked out, I'll be back before that, and I'd be happy to take a plea if that's to be worked out. If not, we can go
Okay.
from there.
Is there any way I can get my bond reduced, or to where I can be OR'd? I do have a good job. I'm in a stable home, or if I can do weekends until then.
Yeah, I don't know anything about you. You haven't got a lawyer. What's the bond set at? Do you know, Mr. Chisholm?
$15,000.
I'm not going anywhere. Like, I'm already on probation with Judge Duffy. I just need to get back to work. Like, I live here in town.
Where do you work at, man?
I work at Arby's and King Dermatology.
Hey, let me look at the affidavit in your case. Has she got any priors?
Yes.
In 2002, yes.
They're older, they're theft charges, John. Breaking and entering, theft.
$2,500 would be your bond.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. You may stand aside. State versus John Smith, 18-291.
Your Honor, we're here for change of plea.
Okay. Mr. Schmidt, I'm looking at a police statement and some, conditions of suspension or probation.
Yes, sir.
Have you gone over these, sir?
Yes, sir, I have.
Okay, it looks like you've signed both of these documents, is that
Yes,
right?
sir, I have.
Do you feel you understand what's in the documents?
Yes, sir, I do.
Do you understand the charges against you and the range of penalties if you're convicted?
Yes, sir, I do.
Are you pleading guilty to possession of drug paraphernalia, a felony, and possession of drug paraphernalia, misdemeanor? I guess two misdemeanors. Is that right?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay, by entering your pleas, you're giving up your right to have a trial. You
Yes, sir.
also give up your right to an appeal. You understand this?
Yes, sir, I do.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
Have you been pressured or threatened to get you to change your plea?
No, sir, I have
Have you
not.
been promised anything other than what's in these documents?
No, sir, I have not.
And so are you guilty of these crimes?
Yes, sir, I am.
What happened here?
Judge, this looks like it occurred on or about July 2nd, 2018 here in Baxter County. At that time, the Corps of Engineers made contact with this individual, and at that time, he had in his possession items of paraphernalia, a small aluminum foil boat containing a substance, a plastic bag with green leafy substance.
Is that true, sir?
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay. This time, sir, I accept your plea and adjudge you guilty for possession of drug paraphernalia, a felony. You'll be sentenced to 3 years in the Department of Corrections to be suspended on conditions of probation. On each count of possession of controlled substance, for possession of controlled substance, a misdemeanor, you're sentenced to 1 year in a county jail suspended. For misdemeanor possession of drug paraphernalia, you're sentenced to 1 year in the county jail suspended. You'll pay $200 in cost, a $2,000 fine, a DNA fee of $250, $20 booking fee, a $125 drug crime assessment, and make payments on what you owe at a minimum rate of $100 per month beginning within 60 days after your release. You make your payments to the Sheriff's Department here in Baxter County.
Yes, sir.
And before you leave, you need to visit with probation.
Yes,
Officer,
sir.
this gentleman here. State versus Robert Anderson, 18508. Charge with possession with purpose to deliver controlled substance, paraphernalia, other charges. Good morning, sir. Do you have a lawyer?
No, sir.
Do you intend to hire a lawyer or make application to the public defender's office?
Yes, sir. I was gonna ask you, Your Honor. Okay, I work at Ranger Boats. I've been out there about a year and a half. I was gonna ask you, could I get my bond reduced so I can keep my job, and then I was gonna hire me a lawyer? I've been out there a year and a half. I work at Ranger Boats, and I'm gonna try to hire me a lawyer. I want to try to ask you if you would reduce my bond so I won't lose my job.
Let me read the affidavit, sir.
Yes, sir.
Does he have any priors?
He's been charged as a habitual offender, Your Honor. He was actually arrested at Ranger, Judge. I don't know that the man has a job anymore.
He's charged with a Class A felony?
He is, and is a habitual offender. He has a $10,000 bond.
Sir, that's a fair bond. I know you want to be lower, but that's a fair bond. I'm gonna leave it at that. Make application to public defender if you can't hire a lawyer, otherwise, hire one. Your case is before Judge Webb. He'll be back here on, January 17th, 9:30 a.m. So that's your next appearance for attorney status and arraignment.
Anyway, I can get my white warrant lifted so I can bond out?
Well, I don't have anything to do with that. That's not within my jurisdiction.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. State versus Gregory Mayfield, 18505. Forgery, theft of property. Good morning, sir. Do you have a lawyer?
Yeah, I filled out a public defender, but I mean, I still ain't spoke to legal counsel at
Alright.
all
Very
since
good.
I've been here.
All right. If I could see his application.
Your Honor, we don't have an application for him.
When did you turn it in, sir?
I turned it in like last week. They signed it, and I did have Mark Cooper.
Okay, well, let me look here. It may be that,
I mean, it got signed by the last judge, and he said
Oh.
I'd be seeing Judge Putman.
that's me. Hold on a
Oh, okay.
second. I'm mistaken, sir, that you're right. You have been appointed to public defender. And,
We'd waive a formal reading of the charges, enter a plea of not guilty, Judge.
okay, let me see here. He has already entered a plea of not guilty. I guess he's just here for a scheduling order. Which,
I mean,
if we have,
if it helps anything, I would really like to speak to some legal counsel.
I don't blame you. But they'll be over, I think they'll be over now that you're in the right court. And we know who's gonna represent you will be Mr. Hastings, Sam Hastings, so he should come over and see you.
Certainly, Your Honor.
That's a good lawyer. Thank you.
Oh, yes, indeed. You may stand aside. State versus John Rutherford, 18503. Sir, I've appointed the public defender's office to represent you. Let's see. He appeared before Judge Webb and entered a plea of not guilty. And if we haven't already, we'll send a scheduling order to your lawyer. And,
All right, I'd like to get this case resolved as soon as possible, and if I could get a court date sometime in January.
okay, well, Mr. Hastings can work on that, and if something's worked out, then he can have you brought into court.
Mr. Rutherford, I'll get to see you and I'll talk with the state and we'll get something squared away.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Tabitha Cathcart, 18-500, hot checks, or hot check. Good morning, ma'am. Do you have a lawyer?
No, I don't.
Okay. Okay, I'm looking at Judge Webb's notes here from November 29th, and it looks like he appointed Public Defender's Office to represent you. Set a bond. I guess we've issued a scheduling order. Is there anything else to be done?
It's a Division 4, Your Honor.
It is. I'm not sure why she's here.
Nothing I'm aware of, Judge.
Okay. All right, ma'am, you may stand aside. State versus Anjanette Yancey, 18,489. It's breaking or entering, several counts. Do you represent this lady?
Yes, Public Defender's Office does, Your Honor. She appeared in front of Judge Webb on the 19th. Looks like there's a scheduling order squared away. I haven't had the opportunity to visit with her yet, but I will do so forthwith.
Okay.
Yes.
Mr. Hastings will be your lawyer, and he says he's coming over to visit with you.
Thank you.
Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. You may stand aside. State versus Ryan Anderson, 18,349, 18,199. Domestic battery, the second degree, violation of a no contact order. 199 must be a battery also. Yes.
Judge, it's my understanding we have filed motions to continue both of these cases. As we get up to speed and being able to talk to folks, we'll be able to get them resolved.
Very well. Anything else?
No, that'll be all, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. You can stand aside. Is Christopher Reynolds on your list?
Yes, sir. He's our last one here.
Okay, 12-39. Theft of property, violence with certain persons with original charges. Is this a petition to revoke or contempt? Is that right? Do you have a lawyer, Mr. Reynolds?
No, sir, I don't. I just got picked up last night. I've discharged all my time, all my numbers with the state. I don't know if it's some kind of confusion or what. What happened was I was driving. I got picked up for speeding, and they said they had a warrant on me, and this was what it was. And I've been in Harrison ever since I discharged this number.
I see.
Judge, I believe it's a non-payment.
Give me just a moment here and let me look at. The allegation is that you had fines and costs and other fees that you haven't paid. That's the allegation.
Yes, sir. I understand that now, but when I discharged my number, I specifically asked about fines and fees, and they said I was done.
I see.
And that's what I went by. That's all I know.
Give me just a moment here. What, would it do any good to bring him over?
Yes, just bring him
Sir,
over with the pay sheet, Judge.
when we transport prisoners, we're gonna transport you to the courthouse and address this. Is that all right?
That'd be fine, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Hannah Love, 18,173.
How are you doing today, Your Honor?
Pretty good. Now I'm looking at a police statement and some terms and conditions of probation, and I take it you've gone over these. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign both of these documents?
No, yes.
You did?
Yes,
Okay. Do you feel you understand what's set out in the documents?
yes.
Do you understand the charges against you and the range of penalties if you're convicted?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And are you pleading, this is a no contest plea?
Yes,
Your
Your
Honor,
Honor, it
You're
is.
pleading no contest to possession of methamphetamine and possession of drug paraphernalia.
Yes,
Is that
Your
right?
Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
When you enter your plea, you're giving up your right to a trial and an appeal. Do you understand this?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
But no.
No contest.
No contest.
I'm sorry. Apologize.
I'm sorry.
Are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
Other than what's in these documents, has anyone promised you anything in order to get you to change your plea?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone pressured you or threatened you to get you to change your plea?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, what's the factual basis for this?
Judge, this occurred on about April 16th, 18 here in Baxter County. Officers pulled over a vehicle driven by someone named Dustin Sandoval. This particular defendant would have been a passenger in that vehicle with other folks that were there. Upon searching that vehicle, officers found a quantity of crystal methamphetamine and syringes used for the ingestion of crystal methamphetamine. And the state would be in a position to prove that Mrs. Love was in constructive possession of those items along with everybody else in the car.
Okay. So, ma'am, I understand you're not admitting what the prosecutor said, but are those the facts you're not contesting?
No.
You're not contesting.
You're not
Yes,
contesting? Okay,
yes.
very well. This time, ma'am, I accept your plea of no contest. I'll place you on, this will be a Act 346 case. You'll be sentenced to 3 years probation for possession of methamphetamine and 3 years probation for possession of drug paraphernalia. Supervised probation it is. You'll pay $200 in cost, a $2,000 fine, a DNA fee of $250, a $20 booking fee, public defender fees totaling $200, a drug crime assessment of $125. Pay what you owe at a minimum rate of $100 per month, beginning within, it says 30, but how long's she been in jail? Wow.
30 days.
30 days, Your Honor.
Let's say 60 within, you have a job?
Yeah, I'm gonna see about, talking to Jake Cohen about doing some community service as well and trying to get on at the Goodwill. I don't have a job right now, but I'm definitely, I've got 2 kids at home and,
Okay, within 60 days, begin your payments, okay?
yes, sir.
And you'll need to, also need to see a probation officer when he becomes available, and he may be right now. 18-507 Brandy Lyons. Good morning.
Good morning.
So, ma'am, do you have a lawyer?
No, sir.
Okay.
Judge, it's our understanding Ms. Lyons is in our system, is that correct? Okay. Just received a case number today. Public Defender's Office represents her.
Sam, do you represent?
Yes.
You're gonna represent her in this, okay? Let me look here. Well, how does she plead?
Waive the formal reading of the charges, enter a plea of not guilty.
Okay, we'll enter that plea of not guilty. And we'll send out a scheduling order if we haven't already in the case.
Thank you. Stay in touch with our office.
Danny Haley, 18207. Arson. I'm not sure he's ordered to appear today. Maybe.
Can we look?
I'm trying to get it to come up here. It's slow this morning.
Judge, our office notified him to be here today, sent a letter to his address. I don't believe it was returned, is that correct?
Okay, he was court ordered also. Alias warrant shall issue bond forfeit, give notice to any surety. Christian Manley, 18297, furnishing prohibited articles and drug paraphernalia. You heard from him.
Have not, Judge.
Alias warrant shall issue, bond if any forfeit. You'll notice that there's a surety. Courtney Burleson, 18309, theft by receiving.
Judge, we're here for a reappearance. We're set, I think, the 21st of January. If we could get set on a date between now and then, I'd like to have an opportunity to speak more in depth with Mr. Chisholm about this matter.
21st, you say?
Yes, sir.
You want January 3rd or 10th?
10th.
January 10th, 10 o'clock, reappear.
Thank you, Judge.
And we'll go back to Joshua Miller, 18155.
I believe Joshua Miller is in the Department of Corrections.
Okay, that's yours.
Yes, sir.
Oh, the Arkansas Department of Corrections?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You got that, Cindy?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you wanting to be relieved?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, however you do that, if I need to sign something, let me know. You're off the
Okay.
bond.
Yes, sir.
If he's in the Department of Corrections, you're off the bond.
I also have a Corey Enzyme. Can we take that up real quick?
Yeah. That is 18243, Corey Ensign.
And I just asked for a little more time on him.
Okay, let's see. What do you need? February 1st?
That'll be perfect. Thank you, sir.
Continued on bondsman's motion to February 1st. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Roy Parker, 11154-154, it's a revocation. Roy Parker.
And I represent Mr. Parker. He is a public defender client. Your Honor, I think this is actually a sheriff's office revocation, and he's off probation. It's an issue of him paying money. He still owes around $8,900. He had made a payment on 9/27. He said he was making another payment this morning. He said he was ill and he could not be here. He called yesterday and he called this morning also to our office. I actually talked to him myself yesterday.
He sound ill.
Did he sound sick? Deathly.
Am I here this year again?
We're on the 20th. But this is a Division 4 case.
Oh, is it?
I'm not sure why it was
Not
put in
sure.
front of you.
Nor do I.
Just to check the status of it.
Wonder if I signed the judgment. Did I sign it? I can check, I got it right here before me. Yeah, I signed it. December 20th, 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Ron.
Kenny, don't, state know anything about Mr. Adams, Glen Adams? Were you, have you,
He's been appointed to us, Judge. I think he appeared in front of Judge Webb
oh, I
last.
see.
I think we just need a scheduling order.
Does anybody know a case number?
18495.
Okay, let me get over there. Controlled substance and some driving violations, vehicle-related violations. If we haven't already, we'll send out a scheduling order. Stay in contact with your lawyer, Mr. Adams. Who else? Yes, sir. What's your name?
We're gonna get a page.
David Taylor. Does that ring a bell?
No, Your Honor.
What have you got in your hand there, sir? Is that? Yeah, come on up, sir. Thank you. Mr. Payson, could you help me again? Could you see what he's got there? Maybe it'll give us a clue as to what.
Judge, these are some documents noting that he is, that he's completed certain programs at Care Center Ministries over the past 6 and 7 months.
Let me see if I can find him in here, in this box.
He reoffended while he was on probation. My guess is we put him in the care center in an attempt to alleviate new charges against him. Is he done with care center?
That's what his letter said, he's completed Care Center.
I completed the 6 months and the overcomers. I'm not done with the whole. There's a
So
12-month thing, 6 months. I'm still there.
He's still there, Carrie.
Yeah, I've completed.
Okay,
6, 7.
in 17-187, it's set for revocation hearing today is what the deal is. And he may have another case. Let me check and see if I can find it.
It's 1769.
Okay.
Judge, my feeling is what we did is, once he got his revocation, I think it was based on new charges. He entered Care Center Ministries for a year-long program. We have been continuing that. I think he's completed a little bit more than 7 months of that.
Yes, sir.
So if we'll continue it, we'll see what it's going to do with his revocation.
Continue to the spring, or?
March. Judge, I would suggest continuing for about 90 days, and that way we don't lose track of it, but at least it looks like we've made some sort of deal to me for this man to enter Care Ministries and see what that's going to do to the state's position regarding his revocation.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so he's also got 17-69.
That's
17-187.
That's the new charge. No, it's not the new charge.
Okay. How long have you been in Care Center Ministry?
7 months.
How's that working for you?
It's changed my life. I couldn't really ask to be in a better place.
Well, I'm happy to hear that. So what do we do? Continue for 90 days, you say?
Yes, Your Honor.
March 28th, 10 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
What were those case numbers again?
17-187 and 17-69 are the cases. I guess that's all he has. Do you know? You just have 2?
Yeah, it's 2 revocations here in Baxter.
Okay. Good luck.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you, sir.